morning. Welcome back to a very windy Lincolnshire. I'm in the greenhouse, still getting blown. If I stand near the door, I'm still getting blown about. It's crazy. Mind you, it's not as bad as it was in the middle of the night. Storm Dave. Ooh, whistling around like crazy. I hate the wind, it scares me. It's a massive bumblebee in the fruit cage. Should be able to make its way out. There's gaps big enough for bees, definitely. If not, I'll go and open the door and see if it'll come out. I had one in my greenhouse the other day and it was huge. There's really big ones at this time of year, isn't there? I've just put the washing out. That was a challenge. The whole whirligig was spinning round, and my hair just kept going in my face, so it was like I had to keep like ducking down to get the wash in and then coming up and going, is it going to hit me in the face? But I managed it. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It'll probably all fly across the garden in a minute. Anyway, hopefully that will be a good lot of washing dry. I've got another load in the machine thinking, oh yeah, it's a good drying day, but I think it's too windy to be fair. So maybe the next load will have to go inside. We're going to go and pick up some compost next week, so I'm going to wait potting on more seedlings until we've got more compost. I've just come out to check on my ones out here. Apart from a little bit of watering, I think we're all good out here. Yeah, just a little bit of water and they'll be fine. I know I get excited by the most small things, but can we just see that new little shoot on that rose cutting? Pergola rose, that one, which means the one that's on the pergola that we just painted. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, I still didn't have any luck with the dark red rose, but I have got the ones that I took from cuttings and planted near one of the trellises on the side of the house, which I'm still waiting to see what flowers come out so I know which rose it is. It's too windy to enjoy being out in the garden at the moment. Darren said the forecast is for it to get a little bit less windy this afternoon, so I think I'll come out this afternoon. I've got some stuff I've picked out for my website, so maybe I'll show you that now. Before I do that, I'll pop in the video I took on Saturday of our haul from the car boot. Thought I'd give you a quick overview of what we picked up at the car boot this morning. It's Saturday morning. We got a West German vase, a nice painted box, a lovely wooden bowl, some like brass candelabra things, mid-century brass mouse, beautiful bookends, nice salt pig, a couple of nice vases over there. Oh, this is my favourite pickup of the day. This is for me. I'm looking for nice spoons, and that's just the perfect shape. But she only had one, but anyway, I'm very happy with my spoon. Lovely Mexican pottery bell. Beautiful box with the birds on it. So that was the start of it. We also got a few pictures and prints. So we got these two here. We got the fire screen. We got some more wicker bits. So these are like for putting plants in, I think. You'd put a plant pot in there and have your spider plants hanging out over. Similarly with these. Gorgeous big plate or dish. It's got a slight dip to it. What does it say on the back? Portugal. I think that's gorgeous. Some more pictures and prints at the back there. A little wine table with the birds on there. A couple of these folding Indian tables. A couple of sets of these boxes. I think there's another one inside, so a little pair of boxes. Wicker wine rack. You see under here a nice pine little bedside cabinet, a rug, and a wool blanket and one more picture. Just realised that I failed to introduce myself. So if you're new around here, my name's Kirsten. I work from home, buying and selling vintage antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything that I think that I can sell online, on eBay, on my website, or in antique centres. So I do gentle vlogs just about my life, working from home, self-employed, gentle vlogs, just nothing too confrontational. A lot about the garden and the dogs and what I pick up to sell. So if that is of interest for you, please stick around and think about subscribing. So in front of me, I have a nice little lot of stuff that we picked up on Saturday that I'm going to put on my website. So get yourselves a cup of tea, pause the video, get yourself a cup of tea or a coffee, put your feet up, and let's have a little I'll do my little QVC bit. Right, okay, here we go. I'll just move the bit of polish, you don't need that. Where shall I start? Okay, we'll start with the tin. You know I love old tins. There's a whole pile of them there. Here is a gorgeous little old tin. Can you see? Almost looks like a cross stitch or something. A lady in a garden with the cat by her feet, and the birds. But on the side, she's got a dog by her feet. So she's got a dog and a cat. She's watering a garden there. What's she doing there? Looks like a sundial, don't you think? Sundial? Anyway. George Horner, makers of good sweets. County of Durham, England. That's the inside. So I wouldn't recommend using as food storage. As with all of my tins, they are old, often rusty. They're for display and for collecting. And you can make a lovely display with old tins. So that is the first item. I've got a couple of boxes, actually a few boxes, so let's have a look. Here's the first one. Gorgeous lacquered Chinese box with bird. You know I love birds. So the birds on the branch there. Actually, maybe it goes, no, I think that way around. Is that cherry blossom? Very possibly cherry blossom, but I'm not sure. Isn't that lovely? It is worn and it's scuffed around the edges and stuff, but it's lovely. It has got a keyhole, but I don't have a key, unfortunately. Let me show you the inside. Hinged lid, black lacquer inner, and that's the back. But absolutely gorgeous. The keyhole is there, so I'm thinking that it goes that way around. Isn't that beautiful? Really, really gorgeous. So that one. Then I've got this old box that's obviously been painted in this beauty. I love this colour. My favourite colour is turquoise. So this is like a light turquoise. It is scuffed and rough, but I like that kind of look. It's heavy, dome top, a solid wooden box with a hinged lid. It's got a little brass plaque thing, but there's nothing on it as far as I can see. That's the back. Just a really nice rustic looking box. So there's that one. Then, you know, along the lines of the wicker that I got from the guy who bought a warehouse that's like not traded in 30 years. There's a lot of like old new stock. I got this little set of 2 boxes. So they've got hinged lids. And then they've got a plastic lining, not quite sure. So it's made in China, little sticker on the back there. Some of the other stuff was made in the Philippines, but this one's made in China. And like handmade. I mean, I don't know what that is. I think I said it, I think I thought it was rattan, but I'm not sure. It's almost like, you know, when they do the really thin wood. I've forgotten what that's called. Bent wood or something. Anyway, so there's that woven. So why would it have a plastic liner? Is the idea that you'd put a plant in there and then have the lid open? I don't know. It's got a cloth thing there to hold the lid. And then the other one, like that. They're quite light. And they do, the little one fits inside the big one. So I'm selling those as a pair. You can see that's got like a little split there, but that's just part of the sort of handmade rustic nature of it. That's the underneath. So I've got those. If you watch a lot, you'll know that I love paper mache. So I've got this beautiful paper mache box. Gorgeous, like cobalt blue with the turquoisey green and gold floral detail on that. That's the inside. Oh, it says best before June 2021. I wonder what was inside it. Maybe some sweets or something? Anyway, I love a paper mache box. I've decided I'm going to keep a collection of them on my website. So when I see a nice one, I'm going to pick it up and put it on my website. So if you like paper mache, go over and have a look. And then another little box, but this one is a ceramic one. Etude, hand decorated. Hang on a minute. My trusty magnifying glass. Takahashi, San Francisco. Oh, 1986. So a little ceramic box. This beautiful green floral pattern. Isn't that nice? That is the inside. Really pretty. So is that. It's very oriental looking. I thought Chinese, but I'll have to Google that. Might be Japanese. What next? Should we have a bit of mid-century? Let's do a bit of mid-century. I've got this cute brass mouse with really big ears, standing tall, very mid-century look, very cute, beautiful thing. There's the underneath. Really, really lovely. So there's that one. What else is mid-century? This looks very mid-century to me. Gorgeous pattern, sort of geometric pattern with the yellow on the inside. It's just marked foreign underneath, but it looks very Italian to me. This looks like Italian pottery. It's got a slightly textured look. Can you see that? So that textured look with these different colour glazes in there. Really lovely. Yellow in the inside. There's the foreign. Great piece, that one. Happy with that. Another mid-century find are these two very pretty little candlesticks. Can you guess where they're from? To me, they look very of the style and the make. So these are Danish. Gorgeous little leaf pattern candlesticks, a little pair as well, which is nice. So I have those. I think these are pretty much mid-century as well. Viner's cake forks. Viner's Executive Suite, made in Hong Kong. I think these are 70s, I think. But you can't go wrong with Viner's, can you, quality-wise? Yeah, so set of six cake forks, Viner's. I always try and pick up Viner's cutlery, especially if there's a set of 6. I always try and get them. Then I have a little egg timer. Love a little egg timer. This one is metal, sort of brass coloured, but the brass is coming off. So it's got a very rustic look about it with the pink sand coming through. But I do like that very much, even though it has got a very worn, rustic look to it. So that one is going on. Oh, here's a bit of proper kitsch. Look at this. Now this takes me back to when I first started reselling. This is the sort of stuff that I would sell on Etsy. Mostly it would go to America, if I'm honest. very kitsch. Little girl sitting down with an accordion with a big bonnet hat, and it is I'm going to regret winding that up, aren't I? Usually these are from Japan, I think. But yeah, couldn't resist. She's got a really pretty face. So that one is going on my website if you like a bit of kitsch, or maybe you think the grandkids would like that one. And then we have some pottery. The first piece is this really lovely stylized owl. Again, it looks very mid-century. I don't know if it is. It's terracotta and then glazed with this brown glaze that's then scratched back to reveal this texture. I knew I'd regret winding that thing up. I've just had to put her out in the kitchen. Yeah, so it's got this brown glaze that's then scratched back to reveal the owl's textured look. So the wings and the eyes and everything, and there's holes in the eyes, and it is signed on the back like that. But I think that's really, really lovely. Nice piece. And then I have a gorgeous little studio pottery. It's like a bowl but with a slight spout, so a low jug or a mixing bowl for a pouring bowl, maybe you would call it, pouring bowl, with a nice leaf pattern round it. I haven't looked actually if there's a maker on it. Let's have a quick shufty while I'm here. No, so stoneware base with the brown glaze all the way round, but a really lovely little bit. Good for a little bit of scrambled egg to pour in your pan. Don't know what else you want to use it for, but yeah, pretty. And then I have a bell. Mexican pottery. I love a bit of Mexican pottery. Always pick it up when I can. And this one, just to add to the beautifulness of it, has a bird. I love birds, and a butterfly. So not only has it got this beautiful blue flower pattern, but the other way around, a bird and a butterfly as well. So love that. So all those bits are going on my website, plus another one of these. I found slightly different. So this one's got a two-tone to it. So I'm going to put this one on my website as well. And I've made a new category, vintage wicker and rattan, I think I've called it. So all these bits that are coming from that factory that I told you about will be in their own category, making them easier to find. As I said before, I've only put one of each on, but if you want multiples, then email me and we should be able to sort that out. Safe to say my washing's not getting dry. It's hailing at the moment. Yeah, it's been pouring. I hadn't realised. I've been working away and then got up to move something and realised it's been raining. And now it's started hailing. And my washing is still hanging outside. Oh well. Had lunch. Sun's out now, briefly. I'm just leaving my washing out. Do you do that? Do you leave it out in the rain? It's just no point bringing it in. It'd be soaking wet, wetter than it was when I put it out, to be fair. And it's kind of sunny and dry at the moment with a bit of breeze, so maybe it'll dry again. Who knows? I don't know what's the best thing to do, but it's staying out. I'm not getting it. I've got to say some thank yous while I remember. Jane, Susan and Sally, thank you so much for ordering on my website. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. I've got all those bits listed on my website, so all that's ready to roll. I need to price up some stuff for the booth, although I don't think we're going this week. I'm trying to think what we have got planned for this week. I think it's the following week we're going, so I've got a bit of time. I could do with packing orders, although I won't be taking them out tomorrow because it's another bank holiday, isn't it? And a few little admin bits that I need to do. So I better get on. I planned on having a day more or less in the garden, but it's not really gone that way, has it? My plans have all gone on the head. So I feel all a bit discombobulated. Just getting on with work, and Darren said, I just felt the washing and I think it's nearly dry, so you might want to get it in because it's going to throw it down again in a minute. And he wasn't wrong. It is absolutely hammering it down. But I had to just, normally I fold it as I'm taking it off the line, but it was just blowing all over the place. So now I need to get it folded, and I think it still needs a little bit of airing, to be honest. So I might pop it in the airing cupboard. We've got an old-fashioned system with a boil, you know, with a hot water tank, and so I've got an airing cupboard, which is great. I've got no complaints about having an airing cupboard, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna get this lot folded. It's already 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. And I have mostly worked today, even though it is Easter Sunday. I'm not religious. I don't do religion, so it doesn't really mean a lot to me. So yeah, it was a work day today, and I've got on quite well. So parcels are nearly packed. Just got the last 1 or 2 to do. Got all those bits listed on my website that I showed you, and that is about it, to be fair, but that is time consuming. So Darren said the weather forecast for the next couple of days are really quite nice, as in less rain. So we look forward to that. So hopefully, with having prepped and got myself a little bit ahead of the game with packing orders and stuff, I can spend a bit of time in the garden in the next day or 2. I'm thinking of getting up fairly early tomorrow and going to the little local car boot, see if there's anything I can find. It's only very little, and we hardly ever get anything there, but it's worth a little look, isn't it? Guess what? The sun's out again now. It is definitely April weather, that's for sure. I've got myself a, well, it's like a lilt, but it's Aldi's version. Fancied something a bit refreshing. My desk is an absolute tip. I thought, well, I'll have a sit down and have a chat, finish off my video. But it would take me 10 minutes to tidy up my desk because I've been doing a little bit of painting, and yeah. I think I'm going to finish off. Might watch a bit of TV, might do a bit of painting. I might sort out some stock that we picked up from the car boot on Saturday. What did you think of the pickups? Thought we got some nice things. I'm very pleased. Oh, thinking of keeping this for myself, but thinking about painting it. Have you ever used that French chic paint? Is it expensive? Because I haven't even looked. Is it expensive? Is it worth doing this, painting it? It's just a bit grubby. I can clean it up a little bit, but I don't know if I'll get like all the marks off it. So I wondered if a little spot of paint might do it. And do I need French chic paint? Can I use anything else? I've got acrylics, but I don't know if they'd work. Can't imagine it. So if you've got any experience of painting wood, let me know what you think, and also what colour do you think. I've got this sort of bluey grey on the walls. My other little cabinet is sort of a black. I say sort of a black because it's a bit scruffy. I could paint that the same, couldn't I? Anyway, if you've got any advice on paints for stuff, let me know. If you saw anything that you really like the look of and the stuff that I picked up from the car boots, let me know. All of that bigger stuff is going to go to Louth, to the antique centre. So if you live in Lincolnshire, the old coach house on Aswell Street is definitely worth a visit. We've got space downstairs and upstairs, and if you're in Louth, there's another antique centre almost opposite with loads more stuff in it. So there is no shortage of vintage and antique stuff in Louth, that's for sure. I am going to round up the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really does help I know it takes a little bit of effort, but I do appreciate it. And if there's the hype button there, I think it only comes up occasionally when you're looking on an iPad or a phone rather than on a PC or on the telly. But if you can do that too, I really do appreciate that as well. If you enjoy my gentle vlogs and you haven't subscribed, then please think about doing it. It's free, totally free. And if you want to support us a bit more, there are links to our social media, my website, and to the membership of the channel, all in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of the dogs and what Darren's doing in the garden, then go over and subscribe to Gardening with Dogs. And I will see you very soon. Take care, stay safe. This cute brass owl with a brass